You're listening to Let's Talk Sports podcast with me, Lucia. NFL, NBA news, and more coming to you right now. Hi, and welcome to this week's episode of Let's Talk Sports podcast with me, Lucia. So, the rundown for this week is last week's storylines, this week in sports history, remembering Kobe, as it is the week of the anniversary of his death, head coaching hires in the NFL, news, NFL Championship round predictions, and NBA Game of the Week. So, last week's storylines. Is this the end for Tom Brady? I woke up this morning to news that he was retired, and it shocked me. Like, I know at a guy who's 44 playing quarterback and him retiring shouldn't shock you, but it has. And there's mixed reports on whether it's true or whether it's false. Adam Schefter had his accumulation of information again, which Adam Schefter needs to... Like, I'm at the verge of unfollowing Adam Schefter off Twitter. Like, until he produces something that's a little more sustainable, I'm done following him on Twitter. Actually, I'm going to do that right as we are talking. I am going to unfollow Adam Schefter as we are talking, because I'm sick and tired of hearing, oh, this is going to happen, when Adam Schefter doesn't know. He has accumulation of facts and sources and all that. But yeah, Tom Brady, I don't want him to retire. I don't want it to happen. I'm not ready for it. And I don't think anyone in the football world really is. People can say, oh, thank God he's gone, but the game of football is never going to be the same. Because he's both equally a hero and a villain at the same time. He was the greatest ambassador for the sport. He gave his all for it, and oh my God, I'm getting emotional right now. I promised myself that when I started talking about Tom and potentially retiring, I was not going to get upset. But it does. I've been on and off crying all week, and like I'm a Tom Brady fan, but I'm not a Patriots fan or I'm not a Bucks fan. I'm a Giants fan. But there's just something about the greatness of Tom that when he's gone, we're all going to miss him. We are all going to miss him. We're going to miss Tom Brady. And it sucks. It sucks, the fact that his career is almost coming to an end, because he's playing so well. He could quite easily win MVP, and he will ride off into the sunset. Although that would be good, is if you became the MVP and just rode off into the sunset and just said goodbye. But I want more. I want more, like the heroics of the Divisional Round, where he came back from 27-3 down and got them into a tied game scenario, and his defenses let him down. Like, I just want more of that. I want more Tom. I want another classic Tom Brady game. But I don't think we're going to get it. And that's upsetting to me. That's really upsetting. Anyway, something that's a little less upsetting. I will do a podcast if Tom Brady is actually retired, and I will go through everything. Probably in next week's podcast, I'll do a full segment on Tom Brady and remembering him and remembering the player he was. And I can get emotional then. Anyway, Aaron Rodgers choked as the Packers were eliminated by the 49ers. Who predicted this? Was it me? Did I predict it? Am I the drama? Is it me? Am I the drama? There's something about Aaron Rodgers that is so unlikable. He's just so... The more he talks, the more unlikable he gets. Like, every time he opens his mouth, I'm like, I like you. Then he's like, and I don't like you. Yeah. He has definitely done the whole, he said too much and now he's become a villain. So yeah, he's just got to live with that now, that he's a villain. But yeah, where do the Packers go from here? They are anywhere between $35 and $45 million over the cap, so they're in cap trouble hell. Are they going to trade Aaron Rodgers? They've already lost their offensive coordinator. I don't know what's going to happen. And I'm kind of looking forward to the drama. Kind of am. The Aaron Rodgers drama last season was terrible. It was like ridiculous for me. It just was ridiculous. But yeah, I'm looking forward to the drama. This year is going to be fun. Chiefs Bills lived up to the hype and more. Oh my god, that last 2 minutes, I was screaming at my television. And I don't do that. Actually, yes I do. But I was like, these two games, holy crap. These two quarterbacks, both of them didn't deserve to lose. I was so upset that the Chiefs won. So upset. Because I wanted the Bills to win. I think that Josh Allen and the town of Buffalo deserves a Super Bowl win. They went to 4 straight and they didn't win it. So yeah, that lived up to the hype. And I don't think there's more of what you can say about it that hasn't already been said. That was a hell of a game. It was a hell of a game. And I'm so happy that I watched it. I'm so happy that I watched it. It was a hell of a game. Next, Joe Burrow, the culture changer. What he has done in 2 years for the Cincinnati Bengals is the greatest 2-year turnaround. They went from 4-11. 4-11? That makes sense. 4-11-1 to in the AFC Championship. Now I think they're going to get their ass beat by the Chiefs, and that's an early prediction. But yeah, they're incredible. That whole young core is going to stick around for a while, and if they get a line to protect Joe Burrow, holy crap, this team is going to be sensational. But they need a line to protect Joe Burrow because he is going to die behind that line. Sacked 9 times. That O-line clearly does not like their job. So yeah. Then we have some other news. We've got some other storylines. Sean Payton left the Saints. Does he have a future in TV? I think he's got a future in TV. I think he's going to be in TV for 2 years, and then I think he's going to go and coach the Cowboys because he's wanted to coach the Cowboys forever. The Cowboys had a deal in place, and then it fell through. But yeah, it's time. It was sort of weird. He had a 90-minute press conference where he just was dunking on everybody. It's like, you really must not like it here. Anyway, yeah, Sean Payton, hell of a coach. Hell of a coach. Wow, the NFL's going to look different next year. Wow. Anthony Davis is back. Finally. And he looks good. He looks good too. I'm so glad he's back. Maybe we can finally get some offensive structure around him, because he really is like the centerpiece of the offense. It's not LeBron, it's Anthony Davis, which is what it should be. And this next one, I'm sort of projecting for the future, but is James Harden regretting going to Brooklyn? Now, I'm in two worlds about this, because why wouldn't you go to Brooklyn? It has 2 great stars in KD and Kyrie, and now Kyrie's gone crazy, KD's injured, and it's all just a whole bunch of mess in Brooklyn. So is he regretting going there? And will he want to get moved in the off season. Yeah, just stick around for that. That is my predictions onto the basketball off season. Even though we're just about to hit the All-Star break, but hey, yeah. The Baseball Hall of Fame needs to be fixed, and it needs to be fixed now. Because how don't you think that Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens are Hall of Famers? Barry Bonds is one of the greatest of all time, and I know that he had PED and steroid use, but every man and his dog had PEDs and steroid use. And how the hell do you induct Big Puppy when he failed a drug test and don't have Barry Bonds and Roger Clemens in there? Yeah, that's just my little piece of baseball Hall of Fame. It needs to be fixed. I don't know how, because I'm just giving you a problem. I'm not doing what we should do, which is give solutions. I'm just telling you the problem, and I'm not giving any solutions. So I'm not doing my part. I understand that, but I have no idea how to fix it. So I'm just being honest. Update on the baseball lockout. So the owners met with the players and they could not come to terms with it. The owners have said that they're willing to miss out games, which doesn't really mind, because baseball is like my fourth sport, so I don't really care about it. But I know there are a lot of people out there that do. I think that the baseball season it'll be a very shortened season. In a couple of weeks, pitchers and catchers arrive for spring training, so they've got to get a deal done fairly soon. So this week in sports history, in the 1970 NFL draft, Terry Bradshaw, the original TB12 from Louisiana Tech, was the first draft pick by the Pittsburgh Steelers. Wow. And that led to 4 Super Bowls and the original TB12. So yeah, fun little fact for this week in sports history. Now I'm going to get quite emotional again, but this is me talking about Kobe. And as we all know, Kobe was tragically gone along with 8 other people, including his daughter Gigi, and it happened 2 years ago. I think it's still fresh on everybody's minds because it still does not seem real. Kobe was my idol, my favorite player, the person I looked up to the most. He made me believe that hard work would get you anywhere. And it does. And on the 2nd anniversary of his death, I am always reminded that life is very short and we should live every day like it's our last. His death still doesn't feel real to me. And I'm sorry, I'm getting emotional. I still believe that I'm going to turn on my TV and see him and his daughter, his beautiful, gorgeous, amazing future women's NBA GOAT, Gigi, sitting at courtside. I still wait for his Instagram posts to tell me if it's okay to think the way that I think and do what I do. I can talk about your 60-point final game where I was sitting in a bar in Hawaii watching it. I can talk about your amazing 81-point game, which was the first real basketball memory that I knew of, which is what made me a fan of you. I still can't believe that he's gone. And he's gone far too soon. We can talk about the 5 NBA titles, the league MVP, which was far too little for his greatness. Talk about the 2 finals MVPs. Talk about the multiple scoring championships, the the 18-time All-Star, the 11-time All-NBA first team, the 9-time All-NBA All-Defense team. But that just only scratches the surface. The Oscar winner, the amazing father, the amazing girl dad. So in remembering him, we can do better and better. We have to. We have to do better. Mamba mentality. Thank you. Thank you. Okay, let's get to something a little more upbeat. NFL head coaching hires. The Giants have hired Mike Daboll from the Buffalo Bills, the offensive coordinator from the Buffalo Bills. So we've got the Bills connection now, which I'm happy about. I'm really happy about Brian Daboll. Hopefully he can turn around Daniel Jones, because they're sticking with him. The Broncos have hired Nathaniel Hackett, the offensive coordinator from the Packers, which leads us to just think that Aaron Rodgers is going to end up in Buffalo. The Bears have hired Matt Eberflus. I think that's right. I cannot pronounce his last name, I'm so sorry. And the Jags have hired Brian Leftwich. I don't think that's official yet, but I think it's like pretty much official. So in big news, I will continually update you guys on the head coaching hires as they come. The news: Big Ben has retired. So thank you, Big Ben, for your incredible career. We look forward to seeing you in the Hall of Fame. Same draft class as Eli and Philip Rivers. So yeah, congratulations on your amazing career. Daniel Jones is returning for another season with the Giants, and I am looking forward to seeing how he and Brian Daboll connect, what pieces they put around him. So yeah, and John Mara said in an interview, "We have done everything possible to screw this kid up." Could not think of any. No lies detected there. You've done everything to screw that kid up, but he's still going. Gronk is eyeing retirement, and I think wherever Brady goes, Gronk will go. Bears have hired Chiefs executive Ryan Poles as their new GM, so good job. Vikings have hired Kwiatkowski Adolf-Mensah as their GM. I probably butchered that name. The NFL have announced their Super Bowl officiating crew 3 weeks out, so I'm glad about that. In some NBA news, Porzingis was fined $15,000 for kicking a ball into the stands. Hardaway Jr. suffers a foot fracture, so that's going to be a very hard time for the Mavericks to work around, because I think Luka is still out as well, I think, from memory. Don't quote me on that. Suns GM Jones has signed a contract extension, which he surely deserves. Next, extend Devin Booker. The Suns are playing so well. And in Bulls news, we've got Levine returning from injury, and the Bucks' Grayson Allen was suspended for 1 game for the foul on Bulls' Alex Caruso. He should have gotten a lifetime ban. You don't hurt Alex Caruso. That was a terrible thing. Terrible foul. I thought he should at least get 4 or 5, in my opinion. But that's just me. NFL Championship Round predictions. The 49ers versus Rams. Whew, this one's going to be tough. I think I'm going to go with the 49ers. I have this feeling with the Niners. I don't know why. I think they're giving me Giants vibes, 2007-2011 Giants vibes. And for the AFC, I think the Chiefs are going to wallop the Bengals, which is not what I want, but I think that's what's going to happen. And it's going to be sad for me because I love seeing the Bengals. NBA games of the week. We've got the Nets versus the Warriors, Central Finals matchup. We've got the Wizards versus Bucks, a good East Coast matchup. So that is all for this week's episode of Let's Talk Sports podcast. So I'll catch you all next week. Bye.